camera. It's that camera, right? Alright, cool. We had a very relaxing morning. I'm going to talk about the dream. And I wrote this up yesterday. You know, I went overboard with this stuff. Turns out we don't actually need a lot of this stuff. Hash not equal to 0. We don't need any of this. Instead of mapping it from uint, kill computers. Good morning. Actually care about any of that. This one. You're actually second. You're not first. Look, I made a civilized breakfast this morning. Civil breakfast. Look, I made eggs, I made avocado, I made chips. I mean put on the plate. I'm going to be civilized today on today's stream. Strike Machine, thank you for subscribing. Drinking water. We had a beautiful, relaxing morning. We got a massage. So we actually don't sign it anymore. We just have this, submit block.number, and I think I can do submit block.hash. Let's see if my test for the checkpointer works. And then we'll talk about what the checkpointer is. Once a few people come in here. This language is called Solidity. That's not really right. And it's the most common language for coding on the Ethereum blockchain. Okay. So I know my voice isn't loud. I'm quiet today. Today's a quiet day. I'll turn the volume up a little bit so you guys can hear me better. George, are you short on money or why are you streaming 2 days in a row? I was going to ban you, but you're saved because you're a previous subscriber. I want you all to take a minute and, does chat just trigger me? Why do I do this? That's a good point. I kind of like sharing, I like documenting. Sometimes we have good people, but sometimes we have morons in chat. And I think I talked a lot about this in New York, what I was going to do about it. and then I proceeded to do nothing. You guys really think I stream for money? Are you just gonna trigger me, chat? I know what we're gonna do. Today is gonna be a subscriber-only chat day. Perfect. That way, at least, if you want to trigger me, you don't have to give me money. Okay, so I wrote this stuff up last night. This is another reason I do these streams, because it gives me somebody to talk through stuff with, and sometimes when I say stuff out loud, I'm like, oh, that's stupid, and that's not the right way to do it. So hopefully you guys all know what Cheap ETH is by now. Cheap ETH is a fork of the main Ethereum chain at this block. Think Bitcoin Cash, but for Ethereum instead of Bitcoin. The money is cheap, the transactions are fast, and the party is still going. So what I'm trying to build is bridges. In order for the Cheap ETH chain to have value, it's nice for that value to come in from somewhere else, right? So if you just have a blockchain completely on its own, there's no way to give any value to any of the tokens, really. You need to have exchanges. Now, so Cheap ETH has an exchange. Cheap ETH has an exchange here on Centex, which gives it a value. It's an exchange from the CETH pair to the ETH pair, right? So historically, what gave Bitcoin value, like the early exchanges like Mt. Gox, before there were other cryptos, there was a BTC USD pair. Crypto's come a long way since then. So in order to give it value, the value is determined by, this is the number people are willing to sell at, and this is the number people are willing to buy at. And the value is somewhere in between there. So in order to give the CETH chain, not just value, but also you have to connect it into things. So we're building bridges. We built one bridge, and we did a test on it called BridgeAuthority, which allows you to bridge from chains that use Ethash for security, which are like proof of work chains. So Ethash is the proof of work algorithm on mainnet Ethereum. We worked yesterday on Bridge Binance, which is a bridge to the Binance Smart Chain, which is another chain that also has value on it. And you can see how much value these chains have on them. CoinGecko.com. So Binance is actually back in third. It has a total market cap of $44 billion. Bitcoin's up. It's a little bit over $1 trillion. And Ethereum's at $212 billion. So what these bridges will do is bridge from the Cheap ETH chain, which is actually now also on CoinMarketCap, but not entirely. Go here, you go to search and Cheap ETH, you can see Cheap ETH coming up. We're working on making it a tracked listing. On 3 watch lists. Which watch lists? What does that mean? The Cheap ETH community. So you say, okay, why do you need Cheap ETH? Why don't you just bridge the Ethereum chain directly to the Binance chain? And you can do this, but it's really expensive to run these bridges. At least BridgeAuthority requires you to submit every block for validation. And without every block, you don't have, a blockchain. So cheap ETH, and if you look at any swap, they did something similar where they put a middleman. They put this like a middle chain. It's called the fusion chain. So the cheap ETH chain can function the same sort of way, but instead of creating a new chain, the cheap ETH chain is just an Ethereum chain. So on the cheap ETH chain, we'll be deploying 3 contracts: bridge ethash, which bridges bridge to mainnet, bridge to Binance Smart Chain, and then checkpointer. So one of the problems with cheap ETH is going to move to a joint proof of work, proof of stake model. To just use proof of work, you have this problem where you can reorganize the chain if you have big mining power off the chain. So you can go like 200 blocks back, run a miner, mine a longer chain, and then as soon as your longer chain becomes longer than the real chain, all the get nodes will switch over to it. And the problem with this is you can do a double spend. So most exchanges, the Centec exchange makes you wait for 30 block confirmations, but reorging 30 blocks is not that expensive. And what you can do if you do a reorg is you can withdraw money, wait for the withdrawal to be confirmed on the chain you're withdrawing into, and then you can, well, actually that's not. No, you withdraw. Let me actually change this terminology. You withdraw your ETH into other chains. You deposit back into ETH, okay? So you can withdraw your ETH out of the cheap ETH chain. ETH is the unit of value on the cheap ETH chain. You can withdraw it out, and then you could wait for that withdrawal to be confirmed on the chain you're withdrawing into, and then you could potentially reorganize the whole cheap ETH chain such that that withdrawal transaction never happened on the cheap ETH chain, but you already have the value on the other chain, giving you the asset on both chains, which is a double spend attack. So in order to prevent that, what we're working on today is something called the check pointer. So the idea of the check pointer here is, and I'll write like the TLDR here, cheap ETH is a proof of work chain for the most recent 100 blocks, and then a hybrid chain, a hybrid proof of stake chain further back. So after things are 100 blocks back, you'll be able to use the check pointer to attest, and that's what this function does. You'll be able to attest at this number, the block hash was this, and we're going to figure out how to weight that based on how much ETH you have, so it's proof of stake. Then once you have these attestations, you'll be able to submit them to the Bridge Authority, and the Bridge Authority is what lives on these other chains. The Bridge Authority says, using really proof of authority, the cheap ETH hash is this, you can trust that, and then, so we build these bridges. The bridges are useless without an application. The application that we're talking about is the cross wrap and the cross deposit. I gotta be a little bit careful with my terminology, but I gotta really get down this deposit withdraw terminology. But the basic idea is you'll be able to withdraw your cheap ETH out to either the main chain or the Binance Smart Chain. You'll be able to trade it in things like Uniswap, and then you'll be able to deposit it back into the cheap ETH chain. So it's just going to show up on main chain or Binance Smart Chain as a token called WC. This is your daily reminder that even if it's making you money, speculation is for losers. No, I don't think many other tokens do. I think this is, if I actually get all this stuff working, I think Cheap ETH will have some of the best, probably the best bridges out right now. If I actually make this stuff work. If we can bridge to both the main chain and the Binance Smart Chain and give Cheap ETH the value on both of them, what you could do is if you wanted to switch from the main chain to Binance Smart Chain, you could like buy a bunch of ETH on the main chain, deposit it in to the Cheap ETH chain, withdraw it out to Binance Smart Chain, and then sell it over there. And that completes a beautiful cycle of value. I also like, so this is one of our competitors. We made fun of it a bit yesterday for using Fusion DCRM technology, which I've never heard of. These are going to be some simple Solidity contracts anyone can audit, validate, and also anyone can submit to. So the only places where we're going to have any kind of authority is, at first it's going to be on the BridgeAuthority. You're going to say which validators you trust. The validators are writing into the check pointer. Yeah, so the check pointer allows users to attest to the state of the chain here. And then during my massage this morning, I was thinking through, we also want to build in this function called trust. Trusted. We'll just map this. This is just a mapping from address to address, for private, trusted. Call it trusted. I can't call it trusted. Say to trust trusted sub message dot sender equals to trust. We're gonna have to do a little bit more than that. We're gonna basically want to keep around like the 100 biggest. Like if you have ETH, you'll be able to say I trust this address to correctly attest to the state of the chain. Are you doing this for fun, or do you have a contract or something like that? Do you read the one question you can't ask? And if you phrase it differently, it's still the same question. You're asking why. Don't ask why. Stop. Do you guys ask these questions because you can't follow this? Or do you guys ask this question because you find this boring? Or like why? I'll ask why. Why do you ask the question? Maybe most of you follow and I really need to like check all the balances and stuff. I don't get why this solidity tutorial is weird like that. I thought it was that. It's all dumb crap. There's something about the world that like motivated reasoning. I remember when we did like tests for people to see, this is simple stuff, right? I'm not doing anything fancy. I don't know that much about this stuff. So, you know, it's sad to me if you guys can't follow. Okay. Let's look at there. I think optimism for the most part has pretty good style. So let's take a look. Designate a verifier to trust. Cool. Latest block number would be greater than 100. It was expect. The block reward in cheap ETH is worth, for a production ready system, you might therefore increase this parameter. You sound like a miner who's asking for more coins. Given block number having a hash. No, this transaction. So originally I was trying to put this in the signers. I was having it submit a signature, but you realize you don't have to, because you have a transaction with this data that's already been signed by the user, by message.sender. Signed by message.sender. Function. So what did I call it? Get block by number. Say function is get block by number. And then we're going to return the well. See, so you see kind of what I want to write here. Okay, so I want to get the block. I want to iterate through the trusters and say, okay, which hash do they trust? And then how much do they trust it? But the problem with that is I have to like write some fancy data structure to actually track that. We can at least do something stupid. Say verifier. And then here I just return ATT sub block number sub verifier. Pointer dot get block by number const returned block hash. And let's log that. No, that's not exactly right because I'm returning. Yeah. did I say it returns a checkpoint? So the reason that I want to also return the block number is because using that block number, you can fetch the transactions from the block, and then you can figure out what was used, like where the transaction is that actually signs it. Missing, yeah. This is valid. Sweet. That's a promise because I didn't await it. Yeah, so then we should just say expect return block hash dot hash to equal submit block dot hash. You know, I was just thinking about yesterday's stream, and I'm like, you know what? Why do I do this? Like, I made $1,300 last month from it. It's not money. Is it really? And then what it usually comes back to is like sometimes I'll get really quality suggestions from chat. Sometimes you guys know things that I don't, and you point me to new things, and I learn new things, and I think that's really what makes it worth it for me. You know, it's upsetting, and I've complained about this before. It's upsetting that the audience isn't a bit higher brow, and like I'll get brought down to a certain sort of level. It's not good. Yeah, so how do we do it better? But then, you know, you have a problem with like my real dream would be if somehow this was like we were editing on Etherpad. Etherpad is really old. We were editing in some joint thing, and we could all like work on the code together. I think that would make for a cool stream. But the problem there is you're going to need a lot of sort of gatekeeping. Meh. I don't know. I don't think these are the right problems for me to solve. Oh, it's not a question of actually implementing that technically. It's a question about the social structure that surrounds it. The merge sort was kind of a fun experiment. We did get a lot of contributions to that. For those that don't remember that. No. Merge sorts in many languages. We did get a merge sort in many languages, but it's not useful. Part of my goal with Cheap ETH is it's something that a lot of people can contribute to in a decentralized way. And it has been cool. It has been cool to see all these things pop up. Everybody can see what it is and can contribute as much or as little as they want. We're all interacting with a community chain. Those, I guess, have been some of my favorite streams where we build we build things like, remember the voice chat app, the tic-tac-toe app where I learned React. So those have been some of the good streams. The bio streams have been pretty good because the bio streams, I don't really know very much about biology. There's a whole lot of people who know more than me in that chat. I guess, all right, we'll take it off subscriber only and we can have more people talk about this. But please, like, just don't become cancer. Don't be like, oh, Google send me links to get me started with computers. You make me sad. Why are you here? It was nicer with subs only mode. I agree. Never mind. We tried. We tried and we got I like turtles. So let's write BridgeAuthority. We still didn't finish Bridge Binance. Did anybody finish it for me? We get any pull requests? No, we never get pull requests on the bridge. So BridgeAuthority is going to be a lot like the bridge sale. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fetch send to BridgeAuthority. tmux block. So that transaction, this checkpoint or a test, it's a big number. God, how do I 2 unit? 2 unit is not a function. I need to work on my posture. Yeah, when I'm exploring new stuff where people don't, but I don't really know that much about this. Two number. So what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to get for tx block dot transactions dot for each ethers provider function x. Probably have to even say async function x. Await ethers provider get transaction. yeah, comments like, "Hey George, you and Callie still like." Who cares? You know? Twitch chat just becomes a war for your attention. The good comments get washed out, and since they require effort, they will vanish. Yeah, I mean, this is the problem. This is, oh God, I have all these same thoughts a year ago in New York. Like, this is the whole problem with the internet. The shittiest people rise to the top. Because they're the ones who do all the talking. They're the ones who have no shame, in fact, I think a lot of them just don't understand. I think a lot of them don't understand that. And if you have a system that's selecting for that, my friend is this saying about DeFi is like DeFi is a game for sharks, and there's only going to be, it's a winner take all game for sharks, and there is something beautiful about that. At least there's something beautiful about the fact that there is a scarce number of these crypto coins, and it's at least some competition. You're putting some pressure on kind of better people where there's no pressure on better comments. Whoever figures out how to solve this, you are going to do wonderful things. Whatever social network figures out how to solve this is going to do amazing things. Does that work, or do I need like more casts somewhere? It all works. Okay, cool. Did that actually get shorter? No, useless. Microtransactions for well-rated comments, but I mean, the internet has tried a lot of systems for this. So microtransactions for well-rated comments is Reddit gold. And Reddit's one of the biggest circle jerks on the internet. Reddit has come to... this is, I mean, the problem with democracy. Reddit has... democracy is two wolves and a lamb voting on what's for lunch. Reddit... you know, we just put up with it, and I put up with it on Twitch. I put up with low quality comments. I'll even engage with some of them. Even to engage in order to not engage is still the problem. How do you fix this? This is what the world needs. The world doesn't need, you know, stupid bridges between cryptocurrencies. I mean, it's all cute and it's all fun and we're all having a good time. I'm enjoying writing this. It's a good project. You know, if code really was law and the world accepted that, I could hack all these crypto things so easily. But, you know, again, it comes down to why I'm not a criminal. There's no... I could do it, but I'd just be taking money from somebody. Right? So I wouldn't do it. It's all so easy to hack. But you don't have, I mean, good people aren't incentivized to do it, only kind of mediocre people, and that's who's doing a lot of the real crypto attacks today. The chat gets really bad here, and I don't know if it has to do with the wannabe hacker community. So I've been on other Twitch channels and watched other chats, and they're way more cancerous than this. Like there's always been wannabe hackers. And I don't really think they're the problem. look, I'm a wannabe biologist, but I would never go into a stream and, write, "Hi, I'm just getting started. Could you please tell me 3 books to read for biology?" Like, I would never do that. It's a type of person. And this type of person is also like getting ahead in the world because, okay, you want to get laid. I always say this. You want to get laid, go up to 100 girls and ask them, "Hey, do you want to go back to my apartment and have sex?" One of them's going to say yes. Right? 1 out of 100, you're going to get 99 rejections. But if you're really looking to get laid in the next hour, that's like the best way to do it. Right? Okay, fine. You hire hookers online, but what that eats away at is the comments. Right? What that eats away at is you can just imagine all these girls on like OnlyFans and stuff, and the messages they must get. And this wouldn't continue to exist if it wasn't effective every once in a while. So this whole system is optimizing for the total shameless. The corporate system. The corporate system, who's the CEO of Boeing? The CEO of Boeing is not somebody who cares about building good airplanes. They're not selected. That's not the pressures that select them. The number of people in chat is a factor. And it is true that when it gets larger, when it gets larger, you can see this at a party. When a lot of people come into a party, you get screaming. And everyone has to scream. Everyone has to scream to be heard. If you could figure out how to solve this problem, so much would get fixed in the world. I was texting my sister this morning about whether technology actually destroyed the world. I was super pro. I always had some concerns about the day that I become obsolete to technology, but I feel okay about that. It's like a father watching his son surpass him. But I don't feel okay about where technology has taken us so far and where. So you have the standard conservative complaint of people aren't self-reliant today. People don't take responsibility for their actions. And I think there is some truth to that, but it's not the whole story. It's that the systems that we've built today are rewarding the wrong sort of person. From small systems to Twitch chat, to larger systems like social media, to even larger systems like corporations. And this may not be a new problem. The problem may have always been there, just the awareness of it is so much greater today because you can see it play out so clearly. Because for the first time also we feel like we might have some control over it. Are you really going to change the dynamics that choose alpha monkey in a tribe? No, that's kind of in the monkey's DNA. But can you change the dynamics of who gets to speak in Twitch chat? You can. So you end up with problems. You can watch what every social network has become, and you can see what these problems are. Reddit is maybe the saddest one. But it's top down too. The way there was a subreddit I liked, r consume product, and they banned it. I mean, they banned it for the same reasons, you know, they gave for banning like the QAnon and Pizzagate subreddits. And I can understand why you might want to ban those, but when you really read consume product, that's not what it was. Consume product was something that was making fun of consumerism, and I think, you know, it's just easy to say, well, if we have a guy making fun of consumerism next to a Nike sneaker ad, how's Nike going to feel about it? Probably not good. And now who's paying us? Well, Nike, they're the customer, that's the product. So, you know, a consumer product had to go. Yeah. No accountability is a big factor here, for example. People want to be heard and important or have some sort of agenda. And that's why I always get asked these sort of questions. And like, you know, the people who are upset about the cheap ETH pre-mine. Do you think I really have a plan? Do you think I've really thought through, this is what I'm going to do with cheap ETH? No, I don't have an agenda. I'm just having fun. And you know, I almost think that you can say that to these sort of people and they don't believe you. They believe that is all just manipulation in service of an agenda. Yeah, of course. The prioritization of chats and tweets, not who can chats and tweets, is the problem, not who can chat and tweet. So I'm trying like a little bit on cheap ETH. One of the big narratives is you know, it's kind of a joke, but fuck speculator, right? Is it speculators who ruin crypto? Crypto has so much going for it, yet at the same time you'll read a lot of the commentary about it and it's lowbrow dumb shit. One of the only places you'll get, remember that time that we went through the programming languages and we looked at the average Haskell or Rust Stack Overflow post versus the average like Java or Ruby Stack Overflow post? And it's because Java and Ruby appeal to these people with agendas, whereas Haskell and Rust kind of don't. So one way to do it is to remove the agenda. Unfortunately, the problem is, and you can go into pure math, and pure math is almost all signal and very little garbage, but it's also useless. The more useful something is, the more of these people show up. I think this is what happened in Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley was a beautiful place for people to come hang out and mess around with technology, and then money showed up. And, you know, the money's all great until, and everyone, you know, look, the people who are technology, we got money, good, we're appreciated for our work, everybody's happy with this, but then it brings in a new kind of person. And a lot of these people that I meet starting startups today don't really know anything about the technology, don't really have any it's not for the love of the thing. It's like a calculated, you know, they are this kind of person, like the kind of person who buys a dog. Now we have a lot of this. We have a lot of this in San Diego, the kind of person who buys a dog, and now they didn't buy a dog to have a dog. They bought a dog to have an identity. Maybe it's a different kind of person. Maybe these are just, maybe I'm just lumping in a whole lot of things that upset me into one thing. MBA bros ruin everything. They're just trying to 10x and flip to flip. Yeah. So is this the problem? Are speculators the problem? Because, well, someone said it well yesterday. Well, sometimes people say good things on chat. Speculators are just middlemen. speculators are middlemen, and crypto is this whole world that's designed to cut out middlemen, yet it has more speculators than anything else. And maybe that eventually calms down. Maybe speculators eventually lose their money. Yeah. So I agree with this, that it's the gamification over time. And the optimization criteria becoming more and more apparent. What's this, Jevons paradox? No, not Jevons paradox. What is what I'm thinking of? When something is once something becomes a metric, it ceases to be useful. Goodhart's law. Yeah. Any observed statistical regularity will tend to collapse once pressure is placed upon it for control purposes. Even better. Once a measure becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure. So as we've gotten better at measuring things, we've started to close this loop. You get this hyper-optimized. This reminds me of my experience at Tsinghua University in China. It's like the MIT of China. My understanding, and I may be completely wrong about this, is that China's college admissions process is almost entirely based on a test. And with any test, if you administer a test to 1 billion people and you're taking the top 0.1%, those 1,000 people that you're getting are not necessarily any smarter or better than like the top 1% on the test, right? The top 10,000. And in fact, there's probably even something weirder about them, right? Because they've hyper-optimized so much for test taking. I saw the same kind of thing in competitive programming. I did competitive programming, and one of the differences between competitive programming and CTFs, and it's not true anymore, but for CTFs, it was just a bunch of people who didn't really optimize for being good at CTFs. They just kind of played them and everybody had a good time. Nobody did drills. Nobody optimized. Nobody said, oh, this is this type of problem. This is this type of problem. We were all just there to explore computers, and that's what made the CTF scene so good. The competitive programming scene was much more optimized, like the competitive math scene. And as a result, it was just, I think, a lot less fun for everybody. Independent people have to create their own community separate from the system, convincing one person at a time to go the independent route. The revolution won't be televised. Yeah, I'm buying 123 acres of land. I'm going to put up some university buildings on it. I think that's... If I want to do that, I run into still the same sort of problems. The problems are a lot better. One of the problems with the internet, and, people gave me so much shit. I was the admin on the comma Discord for a while. It's gotten a lot better now. But if you're talking shit, you don't get any benefit of the doubt. I'm just going to ban you, right? If you're at all on the edge, I'm going to ban you because I can't be spending my time, right? There's no time for a trial. Who has the resources for that? The reason as a society we can spend so much resources on a trial is because you're doing this with your real body, right? There's stakes. You're staking. If you're on trial for murder, you're going to jail for life, right? That's a real stake. You've put something up. But if you sign on to Discord with an anonymous account, you're not staking anything. And on the other hand, you can have places like 4chan where everybody's anonymous and nobody is staking anything and they work. But places like the comma Discord, it's like, look, man, a lot of people here are trying to have a nice conversation, banned. No, CTFs weren't optimized really back then. Yeah, the testing day is insanity. Parents climbing buildings, helicopters everywhere, cameras watching students from the ceiling. And that's, I guess, the problem with... I feel like when my company grew big, that's when the parasites came out. Yeah, because, well, in a small group of people, a small tribe. So let's talk about, the man who's trying to get laid and goes around and asks, 100 women, do you want to come back to my apartment and have sex? He's never going to see those 100 women again. So in a city of 1 million people, you can do that. In a city of 1 million people, that's a fine strategy. Yeah, that's a fine strategy. In a tribe of 150, that's not a good strategy. This used to be something that was talked about in pickup back in the day, where you need to get over your fear of rejection. And you do. Most people are irrationally afraid of rejection, or at least they were. Maybe today that's changing. Like, we live in a shameless society. We live in such a shameless society that you'll get things like cancel culture, because the people doing it have no shame. Right? Like the person who is completely shameless trying to shame other people, it's a hard thing to fight against. What if bandwidth was your stake? Some sort of system that chokes the bandwidth. Yeah. The problem isn't what the stake is. The problem is, well, and this is one of the reasons you can say, like, oh, George, this is a crypto stream. What are you talking about? This is one of the reasons that I really like crypto. Because it forces you to think about these sort of problems in very rigorous ways. It forces you to think about the problems of consensus and bad actors in real rigorous ways. How this is in the US, but in Germany you can't fire someone once they pass the trial period. The system is entirely designed to feed the parasites. The US is a lot better about this. We have a European office, and I've heard about these problems, and I have a strategy for dealing with that. Yeah, hire everyone. I mean, we do this, and there's a few things that we do. The social welfare state accepts this and basically argues that as long as the total net revenue is the same, it's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously no fan of any sort of social welfare state for these sort of reasons. You can't give people UBI because they don't have skin in the game. I believe that this has been tried a whole bunch of times. You're like, well, let's solve homelessness and give the homeless people houses. And the problem with this is if you give somebody a house, they're going to trash it. I'd trash it. Fuck, man. Think about how I treat an Airbnb when it's my name on it versus, like, obviously my friend, I extend the same courtesy that I would extend to, how I would treat my own Airbnb. But, like, if it's someone I don't really like and I'm at their Airbnb, yeah, fuck it, man, yeah. Well, let's knock over that chandelier, man. Let's do it, right? Yeah. Oh, how we deal with low quantity candidates for software engineering positions? HackerRank. I saw a few comments where people were complaining about that. People were saying, "Oh, comma uses HackerRank, George. I thought you said you didn't like HackerRank." No, I didn't say that. I said what I don't like is people who are optimizing for HackerRank. You're the problem. People who are like practicing HackerRank. You shouldn't have to practice. And if you're the type who had to practice, you're wasting everybody's time, you know? Because you might be able to get through the HackerRank, but as soon as I talk to you on the phone, I'm going to tell that you don't actually know things and you just practiced HackerRank a lot. So we put HackerRank up as a front end because it's very cheap for us, right? You have to think about time investment, right? And this is the same problem that I'm talking about this chat. I could make a nice chat if I hyper carefully moderated it, but even it gets a little bit harder. But the problem is this asymmetric time investment. No, our challenge on HackerRank is not hard. It's not like, at least like the one for the full stack engineer, you have to like know how to like use requests to fetch a URL. You have to like write some JavaScript, which like you click a button and it changes the color of the button or something. Like it's very simple stuff, and you can use Google. If you can, it's more a bar of, wait, you can't do this? Okay, then there's no way I would even talk to you. They're not very difficult competitive programming problems. But no, okay, let's keep this on topic. And good, subscribers only is helping, right? Because you guys, if you're a subscriber and I ban you, I don't think you get your money back. And so it's good. Subscribers have a little bit of skin in the game. It's not the best sort of system. So you could imagine a system, this is kind of how we run the comma Discord, where maybe moderation on gradients. Like right now we have like moderators and non-moderators, and that's binary. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you really do this, and if anything, I'd argue society's maybe gotten worse at it over time. Maybe the founding fathers, like the people who laid out all this structure for America. Banning subscribers is like slashing stakers, yeah. Yeah, so trolls that fly by, so we prevent that already. You have to be a follower for a bit. I don't actually think it's trolls. Scott Alexander talks about this once on why the New York Times doesn't have comments. The problem is not the troll who's, screaming out, a bunch of slurs and obscenities. The problem is the person who writes 5, very well written, polite paragraphs about the man-boy love association or something, right? And, like, what do you do about that person? It's not like you ban them, but what exact rule did they violate? We're gonna do an Urbit stream one of these days. I don't know how seriously they're actually thinking about these problems. What's interesting about these problems too is if you say that you're working on them, I don't know about any of this stuff. Spell check your shit. AOC test? Alright, you beat me at Age of Empires. Age of Conquerors. Everything's allowed as long as you can reasonably explain it. Can you explain Urbit? Looks interesting. You're on thin ice. You're on thin ice. You see? Right there. That's an like what's wrong with that comment? The comment is derailing. We're trying to have a coherent conversation here. All right, and it's nice that you're a subscriber and you do have skin in the game. So if I do ban you, you know, you're banned. Just something that takes 10 minutes. That kind of commitment. Topic queue. We tried this in one stream once. You know, this comes back to, oh my God, you want to talk about a truly toxic set of people, the people who emailed in applying for jobs at Hammer. You get these, they're what is this? I want to use it correctly. I feel like I've looked this up before, and then I've looked this word up before. Yeah, sycophants. Has this not been a similar problem since the old IRC days? There were always people causing problems. Now Twitch has been easified for the masses. So this is something you'll hear over and over again. The barrier to entry used to be getting on the internet. Now everybody's on the internet. So Urbit has an idea about this. Urbit's like, okay, well, make the new internet harder to get onto. But the reason this doesn't work is because what does the new internet offer me? Right? The internet was this beautiful thing that gave people new powers, and the new powers are what draws in these very intelligent people and these great people in the early days of the internet. The problem is Urbit doesn't really give you new powers, it's just different. I tried my best to do this at comma when I'm more seriously talking about comma. There's a lot of, you know, comma's mission is to solve self-driving cars while delivering shippable intermediaries. But personally, I started comma to change culture. Someone's going to solve, look, why would I start a company to solve self-driving cars? Self-driving cars are going to be solved, right? I don't care about getting rich. I don't care about me being the one who solves it. Like I like that idea, and in a more, you know, if I'm going on an ego trip, yeah, it all sounds nice. But when I lay down at night and only have my thoughts, I think, what do I really want to get out of it? And I want culture to change. One of the things that we're doing is comma's cool. Comma's a new power. OpenPilot's great. But you gotta work a little for it. You gotta figure some things out. And the problem with Urbit is it doesn't give you a new power. You have to work for it and you have to figure some things out, but it doesn't give you any new abilities. Comma gives an elite group of people who figured out how to use comma the ability to watch their car drive on the highway. I hope it's solved open source. Ego is important. I'm not going to hate on ego, right? I like the idea of solving it open source, and I like all those things too. But at the end of the day, the only reason that I keep doing it at all is in hopes that, you know, culture will change. It all sounds, you know, that all sounds nice, but DeFi gives people new powers. That's true. And if you go back to the early days of the crypto community, they were a lot better. The problem now, I'm not going to give specific examples here because some of them make me sad. The problem now is it gives people new power, but it also gives people, there's also status to be claimed. And then you have people in DeFi playing status games. You know, look, you guys know me. Could I start a real crypto company? Yeah, but I'd never do it. Because fuck status. If you can't win without playing, and this is true at Comma too. I'm not playing any status games. And if I lose because of it, you know, I've always said I'd rather die before I sell out. Weighted believability by topic of knowledge and track record. Yeah, so this again comes down to who evaluates. What I did find is when I did those tests for the Haskell streams, the people who I gave VIPs to, in general, were much better commenters. And I wanted to build this. I thought of a stream where I like make an IRC server with a modified protocol, and just anybody who figures out how to modify the client to join can talk. But to bring this all full circle to why I'm doing cheap ETH, it's to think about these problems. It's to think about if right now, if the current culture that we have in the world reaches the singularity, the point where all human labor is worthless, we're dead. You want to keep playing these optimization games, machines will beat you at that every time. And you can't the Unabomber Manifesto doesn't have an answer at the end. It just says blow it up, and in 500 years they'll have to deal with it again, but that's not my problem. Me and my kids will be dead. So as to why, like, unless people kind of get that, and one of the reasons you can't talk about it too much, if you talk about how you're changing, your point is to change culture, and then someone wants to work with you, they'll try to mimic that language. They'll hear you, and they won't really have the same beliefs as you. They'll just try their best to identify with your beliefs. And most of these people do it so laughably bad that you can spot them. But like the problem is kind of the more you talk about that evaluation criteria, the more you're going to get people who try to optimize for it. I think this was a weaker form. The point that I was trying to make yesterday about reputation, sometime I'll go to extremes and say things like reputation is all bullshit. And I don't believe that. What I believe is bullshit is people doing things for their reputation. It's not Jevon's paradox. It's that thing I Googled again. It's once you treat your reputation as a metric and you start optimizing for it, you don't have any reputation at all anymore. It's fake. It's a terrible metric. Was it Goodwin's Law? Goodhart's Law. Goodhart's Law. I came here, girlfriend who copies your lingo. Yeah. In the book The Daemon, the purpose was to give transparency to society. What does that mean? Today we censor information not by stopping the flow of information, but by just putting so much irrelevant shit out there you'll never see what's real or not. More any quantitative social indicator used for social decision making. Yeah. Papa Waz, I'm reading your comment. Yeah. The whole tech is governed by the social structure. I'd love to see that die. I'd love to see that die. You know, the Ethereum DAO fork was sad to me. It's sad to me when the social has any impact. I wish that everyone who was good just refused to play. They don't. They don't. They don't, and they find leaders who are willing to play. Who are willing to play the social game instead of the technical game. And the only way to stop this is to stop the social game from yielding fruit. The only way to stop the trolls and the junk is to stop them from getting anything out of it. And as long as they do, they'll always exist. Let's see your link. I'll check it out. Reduce the incentives, right? So how do you do that? All right, I still haven't gotten to listen to Briar Patch Observatory yet. I've waffled on proof of stake. Proof of work, it's very easy to model and analyze. Proof of stake is complex. I think that they both have major problems. So I mean, proof of work, again, because it's simpler, it's much easier to talk about the problems. Like, yo, all the Bitcoin miners are in China, and everything in China is owned by the Chinese government, therefore Bitcoin, right? What we're trying, it's not trolls. We're trying to increase the general level of discourse in the world. The problem with the distributed social networks, I agree that they're less toxic, but they're not less toxic for any real reason. They're less toxic because of the sort of person who chooses to be on a distributed social network. Wait, what happened to OVH Cloud? OVH Cloud broke? I loved OVH back in the day. Wow. Damn. It burned down. OVH burned down. Burn the computers, burn the data centers. No, I think this has been tried a whole bunch of times. The whole argument is not, it doesn't come from like how I would treat an Airbnb. The argument comes from the idea of when you give people something, they don't feel nearly the same ownership. Especially when an impersonal organization like the government gives them something, right? Like if a friend gives you something and you have a relationship with this person, but like, shit, man, you know, whatever the government wants to give me, I'll just scam them and get more. I have no issues with scamming the government, right? I wouldn't scam a friend, and that's the difference. Is there an alternative to UBI? Well, yeah, but people don't like it. You know what you have to do, right? It comes down to incentives again. If you're setting up homeless shelters and give food to the homeless, it all sounds nice, and it is nice. It is nice at that one moment. At that one moment when you see starving people, you want to feed them. But if you set up an organization that gives food to starving people, what you're actually doing is incentivizing starving people. You're incentivizing people to be food insecure. You can't fix this by giving them food. This is, I mean, I don't, you know, now I'm so cynical about the government. I think that like when they're giving, you know, when they give rice to an African country, it's not because they want to solve world hunger. It's because they want to undercut the local markets and keep the country dependent on the rice. And you can do this at the individual scale or at the country scale. This is also true about corporations and all forms of corporate welfare. Cruise shouldn't exist. Cruise continues to have money pumped into it with no plan to ever make that money back. This isn't Uber who's unprofitable. This is Cruise with no revenue. We got to reintroduce survival of the fittest. Yeah, I agree with this. Right, but can you reintroduce it? The problem is if you're reintroducing it, you're a monster. I think what's going to reintroduce survival of the fittest is going to be a major collapse. And I hope for that collapse, and I hope that it comes sooner rather than later. There will be a point when it's too late. I don't think that there will be a point. I don't think reform is possible anymore. I think we need some revolution. Of course, and you know, you have a homeless tent city that's growing because you if you put programs in place that tolerate or help the homeless, like, it sounds very nice when you do it, but you're incentivizing that behavior. You're incentivizing that behavior. You know, I was in San Francisco, and mentioned it before. The San Francisco homeless problem is much worse than the San Diego homeless problem, because San Diego, I think, does a lot less to incentivize it. You know, as a general rule, I feel that, you know, if you want to sleep under a bench in a park, you know, hey, that's your choice, man. But like, don't expect anyone to, like, you know, give you food or let you pitch a tent, right? Like, how is that okay? How are we okay with it's illegal? It is illegal for me to pitch a tent and camp on my property. People don't know this, but that's illegal, right? And if I did it in the middle of a you know, if I pitched a tent in my backyard in Rancho Santa Fe and I started renting that tent out to people and said, hey man, come sleep in a backyard under the stars, they'd find me, right? Yet, you go walk on the Venice Beach boardwalk and there's tents. Why, is this a fair application of the law? Well, if you can't afford it, you can set up a tent. I think we got to have one rule, at least. This isn't quite survival of the fittest, but you can't have different rules for different people. The rich people have allied with the poor people to fuck the middle class even further. Yeah, and the reason they exist is because they're allied with the rich and the all. I don't want to go off on this, but a lot of homelessness is because of mental health problems. It's hard to incentivize mental health. I don't really believe this. I think that, that may be true, but you can totally incentivize mental health, right? Like you can totally. There's many people, am I crazy? Right? There's many people on a border. Like, I could see a world in which I'm homeless, right? But, what's the incentives to keep doing it or stop doing it, right? Like, you have to treat people as if they have agency. This is getting too far off topic. I feel that I'm not a city planner. I'm not an elected politician. I'm a coder. And if I could figure out how to build a system in code that fixes a lot of these problems in code, I'm happy with that. I can move there and spend my life there. The homeless nonprofits are hoarding immense wealth. It's cheaper to build apartments. Where'd they get the wealth? It's all about incentive structure and setting up good incentive structures. All right, let's think about a simple one. Like, I do think that my little trick here will work. Right? Cheap ETH will never exceed this value, because I'm holding 24 million cheap ETH for dumping on speculators, right? But just because I'm holding that cheap ETH to dump, the speculators won't come. This is good. The best power is power that you're never going to have to use. But this only works when you're really very secure in power. If we actually get to a serious UBI, I'll leave that country. Because what that is doing is it's subsidizing. You don't want to subsidize anything. Yeah, so okay, you would speculate you have a high ceiling to go until you need to dump it. And that's fair, right? You don't want to completely remove... I talked about this a bit last stream. You don't want to completely remove... you don't want to remove investment, right? And investment is this idea that you buy in and, like... or even, let's say, investment just in the sake of, like, you buy in and then you do work to create value for other people. And then that value goes up. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, there's certainly nothing wrong with Amazon employees holding Amazon stock. But then I guess you get into the problem of, well, who's going to buy the Amazon stock? Because it doesn't really have any use. I don't know. Yeah, after UBI, every election will become who's going to pay the voters more. Yeah. Now, you want an alternative to UBI? I'll give you an alternative to UBI. Post-scarcity, right? That's a good alternative. Instead of making things, this is cheap ETH. Instead of making things free, you make them cheap, right? What sort of world would we live in instead of an apple costing $1 if an apple cost a penny? Well, that's a nice world, right? You want everything to be cheap. So it's not like what you don't want is to give people free money, but if you make it so it becomes very easy for people to get enough money to afford food and housing, that's great, right? And you want to do this by, well, I mean, in the food case, food is already pretty cheap. In the housing case, you want to do this by increasing supply. Isn't cheapness relative? Well, not exactly, no. So it comes down to what your fundamental backing currency is. If your backing currency is human labor, it's much nicer if we live in a world where it only takes 1 minute to produce an apple instead of 1 hour to produce an apple. And this is the power of technology. Cheap ETH is all for fun. It's a little social experiment. It certainly doesn't have a utilitarian purpose like that. What if Steve burns older coins? The older a coin is, the less it's worth. Well, so you don't actually need to burn the older coins. I think, or is that any different from inflation? Is that any different from straight up just, I mean, cheap ETH is an inflationary currency. The miners issue new ones. It inflates. I think 2 coins are issued per block. So you can do, yeah. Does inflation remove speculators? It helps against them. Oh, so you're saying in inflation the value decrease is non-evident? Inflation is hidden decrease. Yeah. I'm not sure that matters all that much. How can you have things cheap when you're optimizing for profits and capitalism? The very same people who are getting squeezed out now as the working class who need to be paid more. Well, paid more is all relative, right? They can pass their $15 an hour minimum wage, but if you've deflated the currency such that $15 is now worth half as much, deflation fucks over the, okay. If you think of the rich people as having assets and the poor people as having debt, inflation is great for both of those two classes, right? If you have debt, inflation is incredible. If I owe someone $10,000 and the currency deflates 10x, well, it's effectively like I only owe them 1,000, right? Because it's denominated in dollars, like debt's held in USD. For the rich people, if I own Apple stock, I don't care if there's inflation, right? The iPhones are still, an iPhone is still an iPhone. The iPhone didn't inflate. So yeah, I mean, it just screws over people who don't have debt and don't have assets. People who work for a salary, which no bosses are going to say, oh, 10x raises, right? What's the point of launching a cryptocurrency? Did I launch a fucking cryptocurrency? Stop using that language. Again, that's a person who doesn't get it, right? Sorry, Marcus, but I'm not launching a cryptocurrency. I built this little thing. You can play or not play. I'm not gonna ban you for it, but because I don't think your intentions are bad, but don't use that language. All right. How about this? You know what a nice thing about this little subscriber chat is? I'm gonna shame you. And I can shame you because you have some stake in the game, right? You have some stake in the game by subscribing. I don't mean to be mean, but That's all I can be. Some people are going to be way too into being shamed. It's true. It's true. You can't even do that. Can't even do that. So you have to ban them, right? We need Twitter with stakes. Yeah, when I was coding, I wasn't really thinking out loud because I've already kind of thought this through. I'll finish coding this off stream. I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'm gonna get some water. I think we'll finish up. You know, I'd be interested to see the real breakdown of who lost money on GameStop. For some reason, I don't think it was Melvin Capital. Or at least, if they did lose money, they were a very small percentage of it. Yeah, Reddit's the saddest one. Right, Reddit is the saddest. Yo, let's bring the ghost of Aaron Schwartz back and talk with him about it. Because they tried, they did try, and I'll bring up this toxic cesspool just once. This is Reddit politics, right? Okay, so there might be intelligent conversation about this. There might be intelligent conversation about this, but now we're down to this, right? I've never heard of this person. I imagine instead of this being our politics was like a discussion group about the kind of things we're talking about here on this stream, right? Katie Porter tears into oil exec for claiming his industry doesn't get special tax breaks. Stacey Abrams has a plan to dismantle the filibuster and protect voting rights. Clyburn condemns Lindsey Graham for calling COVID aid to black farmers, quote, come on. It's not news. None of that stuff is news. Some rando ran some ad with a gunshots at what? Look at Jimmy. Yo, I should have got those big spec dollars. Big spec dollars. How about silver? Do you buy any silver? How about AMC? Crater. Ugh. I feel like I need to take a shower after going to our politics. You know what? And just to be fair, people are like, our politics is left wing. If you just come over to the right wing, I feel even worse showing this one on stream. it's not even, I don't even know. The Donald.win is like Patriots.win. Democrat gun confiscation bill on the floor of the House today. I'm trying to talk in my Republican voice. Thanks to Biden, we are now paying for mentally ill men to join the military. Mo Brooks calls out Democrats for excluding aid to farmers who are white. Right. All right. Should we try our libertarian? No, it's all toxic shit. You asked me if I'm left wing. I don't even know what you mean by that. I'm progressive. That's right. Definitely not a conservative, because progressives are winners and conservatives are losers. I mean, it's true. Look at the story arc of history. Even conservatives and progressives know this. Well, I'm giving airtime to it to... Look, I didn't really give airtime to it. We didn't talk about it. It's being spoken about in a meta way. It's not politics, right? Politics is a bellwether. Politics is a bellwether. Let's pick something less controversial. All right, let's go to Reddit science. R science, right? Cannabis production is generating large amounts of gases that heat up the Earth's physical climate. Moving weed production from indoor facilities to greenhouses and the great outdoors would help to shrink the carbon footprint of the nation's legal cannabis industry. What the fuck is that? This is science? Now, breaking the warp barrier for faster than light travel. No, you didn't. Right? No, you didn't. This is clearly better than this, right? Like, first off, fuck off with the nation shit. What is science in America? A new paper has shown that Bitcoin mining's energy consumption now approaches Australia's annual usage. Right? Eating oily fish twice a week reduces cardiovascular risk. Israelis create cancer drug without animal tests. Right? Researchers find 1 in 5 healthcare workers experiencing depression and anxiety during the pandemic. You like my Tucker Carlson voice? Right? All right, fine. We'll do Hacker News. All right? I feel like we've done this before. And I feel like, you know, you guys see where my biases come out, right? So they're showing you what's really just wrong with Reddit, right? Reddit does it entirely. I mean, Hacker News is kind of harmless shit. It's not. It doesn't have that same toxic. It's trying to like sell you something. Like whatever this is, I'm already interested, right? So okay, there's my biases. I don't know. Cloudflare's cameras got hacked. Let's see what happened. First incident report of a Twitter user claiming to have access to our cameras. They hacked into the all right. Like, there we go. You know, like, they got me with something, right? That's the first thing worth clicking. Is it useful? I don't know. This is because this was on Netflix. I want a computer that I own. Right? I've never seen Best before. Oh, the fire in the data center. Right, like, okay, they got stuff that I'm interested in. By the way, I just looked at this website and, like, right away I see this website and I like it. I like it. You're not trying to show me shit. There's no calls to action. I have an idea in my mind. I have in my mind an idea. I want a computer that could be completely autonomous, but also can be used to communicate securely with anyone on the party. I mean, that's an interesting line. I have a computer that is largely designed to maximize the profits of the computer industry. I'm not sure I agree with that. I don't agree with that. Yeah, I like. Yeah, this right here is. I like it, and I'm sympathetic to it. And, like, to be fair, I have a blog that's more poorly written than this. But, like, this doesn't really make sense. And you know what? I bet even the Hacker News, are they discussing that? Apple's not really spying on you that much. That Intel management engine. Yeah, there's a lot of hype around the Intel management engine, but, like, again, I have an Apple M1. I don't know. Look at this beautiful website, BerkshireHathaway.com. Oh, wait, seriously? Oh, see? That's a cool example of chat. This is something, see, I would have never known this. This is why I keep you guys around. Is it still? Oh, yeah. You guys know this one, Nissan.com. Nissan.com isn't the car company. Hipton, you're on thin ice. Does everyone see what's wrong with Hipton's comment? Hipton's comment is, and I quote, and again, because you have steak, if I have to give you another warning, it's ban time. Again, I don't think you're doing it on purpose, right? But, like, I want you to think about that question. Like, would you say Apple is the most trustworthy? My reply to that is, who the fuck am I? Right? I don't think you're doing it on purpose. And maybe, you know... You would? You would do it on purpose? I don't know. I'll give you one more try to learn, but if I have to talk to you again, ban time. Oh. You can't do this, though. You can't do that because it's not real. This is a much worse search engine than Google. Can't even find cheap ETH. I was just looking for cheap ETH and I don't know where it is. ASCII dick. Yeah, kind of. Hammer doesn't actually work. Hammer isn't what you want. You can't fix this with a search engine, right? You have to. What you have to do is you have to figure out how to disincentivize news, ads, and SEO spam. Like, as long as there's money to be made doing it, it will exist. It will pop up in any way, shape, or form. All right, I'm seeing some ban-worthy questions here. You know what? I'm going to prove it. How's Alex? Alex is great, and you're banned. Congratulations. We got the first one. And it's not that there's anything wrong with that question. Again, it's derailing and stupid, and it's about me. The stream's not about me. Hipton, you're banned too. Congratulations. At least it wasn't me. I had to think about you again. You're banned, right? Like the problem is that I had to, right there, by you saying, at least it wasn't me, I again had to think about you and put effort into you. Get the fuck out of my stream. Right? And we're witnessing examples of this behavior today. But see, it's not clear. And even my judgment isn't perfect. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. But it's good. It's good seeing these things play out in real time. You know, if you ever go to couples therapy, you get to watch the dynamics of your relationship play out in real time. So we get to watch the dynamics of, like, these sort of people in internet communities, right, playing out in real time where, you know, and then people can complain, oh, well, you didn't write what all the rules were. But you can't write what all the rules are. Because as soon as you write what all the rules are, there's people who are going to figure out how to exploit them. This is just the classic, you know, am I just discovering all the old problems of governance and all that? You feel kind of afraid to ask questions. You should feel kind of afraid to ask questions. You should genuinely think, am I contributing in a positive way to this discussion? Am I furthering the discussion? Or, you know, am I derailing? Am I, you know, don't do that stuff. It's on everybody to kind of do that. Oh, there's definitely dumb questions. Here's an example of a dumb question, right? So if you have a question that's like, the answer doesn't matter either way, it's a dumb question, right? Like the answer isn't going to change your behavior or anybody's behavior. If you're asking a question that's derailing a conversation, that's a dumb question. Twitch is a fine place for discussions. We've been talking for like an hour, and I feel like we've had some great conversations. I feel like most of it's been really good. I'm sorry I'm in the wrong category. This isn't how this started out. This started out as programming, and then I realized that, you know, nobody was paying attention to the programming anyway. Oh yeah. Oh, it does say that in the description. Just chatting pulls in the most trolls Twitch has, yeah. But you know what? Here's a general rule of thumb. If you're asking a question about me, or you're asking something about yourself, that's not a good question, right? We're here to kind of discuss ideas. Lisa didn't pay $35 million for rocks. You know who kind of did? I'm thinking back. Who remembers Slashdot? Ugh. Oh, I didn't realize it was a group. That is the top-rated comment on Slashdot. The top-rated comment on Slashdot is, good that the cameras were hacked. I hope it exposed quite a lot of abuse by jailers and police. If it leads to the imprisonment or firing of crooked employees by the American carceral state. I mean, this one we can do, right? Like. Here's a simple test. That's the only comment that's expanded on here. The guy can't even spell disgrace right. Do you think he has anything good to say if he can't spell disgrace right? Who cares about comments? Because comments are what makes the internet decentralized. Find all combinations of a list. I don't understand how those are combinations of a list. No, it's not about, I'm not talking about intelligence. I'm talking about the fact that, you know, it's just low effort. You can't even spell disgrace right. Everyone has access to the same spell checkers. I don't know if any of you guys have ever been on FetLife, but FetLife does this interesting thing where they don't allow you to search FetLife based on age and location. Actually, based on age, gender, and ASL. You can't search based on that. Which, you know, those are like interesting dynamics where you have like, you know, I mean, I would, you know, love a dynamic like that. If you really wanted to use FetLife like a dating site, you could write something that does that search for you. Reddit does a decent job of making the good comments, right? You can access to spell checkers in prison. Yo, it's like the miners complaining about nice hash. All right. The whole stream was a derailment. I'm gonna just work on this myself. I don't really have anything more to say about it. No one really follows it when I talk about it, you know. And the fact that no one really follows it, like these crypto streams are kind of over by the fact that there's no pull request on the bridge, right? So nobody was paying attention to kind of what it was. So, you know, if I'm not, who am I talking to, right? If you're just here to see some fancy like keyboard tricks, like fuck off, you're cancer. But this is my plan. I'll build it slowly off stream. I like that we had a nice conversation about internet communities. In general, what are our takeaways? I implemented proof of work. That all works. Would the internet be a better place if people had to identify themselves with their ID? So this is Facebook, right? You know, people hate on these tech companies a lot. People hate on Facebook. I think gets a lot of undue hate. You know, it's passe to hate on Facebook now. Facebook did this. Facebook put a real name commenting policy on everything, and you can compare some of my favorite comments on the internet are YouTube comments. Whatever Google's managed to do, YouTube comments like I remember the comments on like Gucci Gang. Right. I only came here for the comment section. My phone battery 1%. Me, listen to this song. My phone shutting down. Like, that's hilarious. That's a great comment. Lil Pump, the type of guy who sell the phone to buy a free app. Lil Pump, the type of guy who would wake up to take his sleeping pills. Lil Pump, the type of guy to call the police because someone stole his drugs. Right? These are at least they're at least funny. And they're not toxic, right? Notice how 0 of the comments on Gucci Gang are shilling for global warming. They're just great. It's a tradition to visit this comment section once in a while. Yeah, Gucci Gang is a great song. I agree. But we can't listen to it because of the RIAA. All right. I think that's a good note to end it on. I think that's kind of the end of the crypto streams. Nobody followed them. You know? Nobody followed them. We'll get the bridge to work. Well, I'm really just going to put more of this promotion on Goku. Wow. Wait, there's really 1,100 people watching right now? Because this is stuff people can relate to, and this is what people really want in the world. Not some stupid crypto bridges to move value. People really want a solution to internet communities being toxic. Are you trolling with the number of people? That's insane for one of my streams. Holy shit, we actually have that many people.
Are you trolling with the number of people?
Why do you reject people looking to learn from an engineer with experience like you? Right? So let's break this comment down. Why do you reject people looking to learn from an engineer with experience like you? So first off, you used me twice. I've said these streams aren't about me, right? I don't reject people looking to learn. If you're looking to learn, the videos are on YouTube. The stream is on Twitch. I'm not banning anybody who didn't comment. There's no, this isn't like, you know, this isn't like the, if you're not against racism, you're a racist. If you're not against the terrorists, you're with the terrorists. No. Who I'm against is people who are making low quality comments. If you're here to learn, welcome. I like you. I genuinely do like you. If you're here to expect me to spend my time to specifically educate you, get the fuck out, right? Like, that's not what this is. And nobody else wants to watch that, right? We get people sometimes who say they want to come to work for comma for free, and I think I've gone on this rant before. And sometime I'll be brutal against them on the phone, you know, because they don't want to come work at comma for free. They want to come learn. And jobs pay you money, but if you want education, you pay. You want to learn from me? Enroll in my college. It's 50 grand a year, right? Like, that's how we'll do it. I don't even, like, we'll see. I'm obviously trolling about that, but like, if you have, so then you say, I don't know, this whole elitism thing is weird. Yes, there's elitism. There's elitism based on real skill. If you come and you have something to contribute to the conversation, you are a good person. If you come and you want to ask stupid questions and derail conversations, you are a bad person, right? Sorry, not everybody's equal. Some people are good people and some people are bad people. And it's not intrinsic, you know? You could have been a bad person, you can see the error in your ways and you can fix it, right? But if you're going to come here and you're going to bring down the level of discourse, nobody wants you here. Get the fuck out or shut up, right? Oh, wow, that's harsh. That's harsh. There's no room for subtlety on the internet. And I hate that I have to be that harsh and staying, right? I'm not going to ban him because I don't think he gets it. But I hope you guys get what I'm saying. Right? I'm a little upset that nobody submitted a PR, but you know, that's more like, you know, look, fundamentally I do want to do things that there are demand for. I'm happy when I see a lot of viewers on the stream. You know, that's just people are pretty good at, like, it's a good like bellwether of like where I should be focusing my energy. Yeah. Elitism is great. Just make it based on skill, right? Don't make it based on bullshit. Because we need that. You know, think about a doctor, right? Do you want to go to a doctor who has mad doctor skills, who's going to fix your problem? I went to physical therapy this morning. I have chest pain. I used to go to physical therapy for jaw pain. The guy's a genius. Like just the way he managed to like push exactly where the pain is, tell me which rib is wrong, where the like how it's dislocated. I'm amazed, right? And I have so much respect for skill, right? And that's what I mean by that. You can be like, it's elitist and you can't be elitist. No, everyone's elitist. Do I want to go to a doctor who doesn't know that these things are even ribs? No, right? There's nothing wrong with that. The problem with elitism is when it's based on bullshit and gatekeeping and credentialism. Elitist. Is this meritocracy? God, you can barely even say that word anymore, right? You know, yes, I guess it kind of is, but the word merit is... Yeah, the reason I don't use the word meritocracy is because the word merit is not exactly synonymous with skill, right? Someone earns a merit badge. Someone's given a distinction of merit, right? I don't want that because that's the same gatekeeping. I mean skill and like ability. Meritocracy is elitism based on skill. I think that's what it used to mean. I don't, like, the word unfortunately also conjures up. I remember like the GitHub meritocracy carpet incident, and it's just, you don't want to use loaded words if you don't have to. Skillocracy. No, it's stupid. It's stupid. Let's get rid of ocracies, right? Okay, please don't ban me. Why would I ban you, right? Don't say that. Don't say that. If you're saying, please don't ban me, again, you're making a comment about you. Don't make comments about you and don't make comments about me. We're here to explore ideas. There should be transparency about merit. Well, why do you think there's not? Yeah, I have a kind of, I always have a concern about, you know, worrying about future generations, because it seems like everybody's worried about future generations, and it seems like I mean, unless you think that things have been getting worse throughout history, I think that overall future generations are going to be okay. I mean, I more worry about, like, you know, the next 5 years, the next 10 years, things that I'm going to live through. All right, we're good on the viewer updates. It's interesting that there's over 1,000 for this when I've really done nothing on the stream. It's really been just a talking hour. So this is clearly what the demand is for the people. Bitvote.net. If you want to rickroll me, you can rickroll me. Just don't link me to Tub Girl, you know. Ah, God. Please change that. An ambitious tool to help empower digital democracy and collaboration on a large scale. Ugh. I mean, they're not exactly weasel words. Some people say, most people think, researchers believe. But, like, you know, we're kind of in that I'll tolerate that about the porn. Yeah. I don't know. I have a bit of a aversion to people who rail against porn. Like, I usually put them in, like, a certain type of group. I think, like, the CEO of Gab is, like, super anti-porn. I don't know. I watch porn. I like it. I think it provides value to my life. I could see how people could become addicted to it, but I think people are addicted to a lot of things that are stupider than porn. I don't know. Which is itself sad that rant hour is popular. Well, so this is bike shedding, right? You know, whose job it was to improve the plans for a nuclear power plant, the majority of its time was spent on discussions about relatively minor but easy to grasp issues, such as what materials should be used for the bike shed. Right. So it's that. Everybody feels that they can kind of contribute to this, where, you know, if you don't know crypto and you don't want to put in effort to play along, you can kind of, you know, that, and that's why these streams are more popular. I don't know. I'm not that worried about porn, just as I've never worried about a communication, like, medium in general. No, I think that this is going to be fixed. Overall, I'm hopeful for this. Overall, I'm hopeful that in the next 10 years, we're going to figure out how to build good internet communities. Is this what I should do next? I wanted to build a dating app. I think I can fix a lot of the problems with dating apps. I don't know. The dating app one, I think I could actually do a lot for. The general purpose internet community one. Maybe it's different for every community. Maybe there isn't a general purpose way to fix this. No, the dating apps all have the wrong incentives. Yeah. If someone's interested, if someone's seriously out there, you know what? If someone out there works at and has real power at a dating app, and you're not interested in trying to maximize your bottom line, but you're trying to maximize, like, enjoyable encounters for people, I have a lot of thoughts on the topic. You don't quite want an IQ filter, but you want to matching people on IQ, matching people on attractiveness. I mean, and that's another sad truth about dating apps. It's you have an objective attractiveness. You have an attractiveness from 0 to 10, and you're only ever going to be, you're not really going to be able to seriously date up. And you won't really be okay with yourself if you're dating down. And this stuff is fairly objective. And this is another one of these, maybe it's better we didn't know, but it's true. One person's 6 is another person's 9. You're going to get some amount of spread. But there are some things that are just universally unattractive, like being overweight. Right? Being overweight is just unattractive. Now, again, the beautiful thing about that, like, I have a lot more sympathy for like short men than I do for people who are overweight. Because if you're short, well, not too much you can do. If you're overweight, you can fix that. It's not easy, but you can. And there's plenty of people who have. If you talk about objective attractiveness or intelligence, Google Play will pull that app down? Really? Is that really where we've gotten to? I don't know if I believe that. Yeah, surgery is a very extreme, Yeah, the subway guy, there's plenty of examples you can look. I've experienced, I haven't been seriously overweight, but I've been 20 pounds overweight at some point in my life. And you download MyFitnessPal, you start counting your calories, and it works. Calories in, calories out. Oh, but some people have, yeah, but for most people, calories in, calories out. Cross. Yeah, and again, it's not everybody. Some people make it work for themselves, but there are when you have dating apps, you're just going to frustrate everybody involved if you're not matching well on looks at all, right? The same thing with intelligence, right? You're going to want to match on intelligence, but the real thing that you fundamentally want to do, and if anybody out there is making a dating app, please take my one bit of advice, and there's a few dating apps that do this, but they're way less mainstream. Charge men money. If you have an app that is 90% guys and 10% women, charge men money until it's 50-50. Simple. If you can't have a dating app without photos, but you should kind of de-emphasize the photos. Again, the photos tell you, yeah, look, photos would not be a problem if you were grouping people based on looks. But Tinder does not care. Tinder wants to keep you in the app, right? The incentives are all wrong for Tinder. Even if they're doing attractiveness elos, like Clubhouse has tanked so hard. LinkedIn is the most terrible dating app. LinkedIn, I think, is the most toxic of all the social networks. But its toxicity is less in your face. And then you can figure this out when you think about what people value. I think Instagram is one of the least toxic. I like Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, instagram.com/George Hotz. I have a blue check now. Instagram is kind of about beauty, Beauty is a nice value, right? What is LinkedIn about? LinkedIn is about corporate ladder climbing. Twitter's about hot takes. I haven't been on Facebook in 10 years, so I couldn't tell you what it was about. But I think LinkedIn is the most toxic of all the social networks. Actually, going even further than Instagram, I'd say the least toxic of all the social networks is GitHub. Facebook is posting your political views nobody asked for. I don't like TikTok. Here's something I like about GitHub. If you want to get a pretty good idea pretty quickly of whether someone's a good programmer or not, look at this. Right? Go on your GitHub. I'm sorry, I'm giving away one of Comma's hiring things. But go on your GitHub and look at this. Right? If yours looks like mine, you're probably a good programmer. Right? Like it looks like, look. You know why? Because I code almost every day. I code on the weekends. You can go back through time and you can find all the same shit. Some years I coded more than others, but it's been pretty consistent. You know, to back when I wasn't really a good programmer yet. Or actually also when GitHub was kind of less popular. A lot of this older stuff isn't on here. But yeah, I guess really starting with comma, you know, I put everything on GitHub. Yeah, it's not perfect. You can't look at this and say it's perfect. We will not exclude somebody because they don't have this. But if they do have it, it's a pretty good sign. In general, you wouldn't find that people that program more are better at programming. What do you mean? I think it is universally true that the people who do something more are better at it. The correlation is not perfect, but like, it's pretty obviously true. The people who sail more are better sailors. The people who ice climb more are better ice climbers. You could push junk, and if you had the commitment to push junk every day for many years, I'm going to have a lot of questions about you. If you do it at work, you really don't have the energy to do GitHub stuff. What do you mean? Maybe that's you. That's not me. I worked and look on the weekends. My weekend contributions usually they were to bullshit like TwitchCock, right? You know, and like, so during the week I contribute to comma.ai, picked a totally random week, and during the weekend I contribute to my other repos, right? GitHub junk pusher is a background Elixir project on Heroku free tier. The interesting thing about that is you don't think I look. You know, when we're thinking about interviewing, when we're thinking about hiring someone at comma, okay, what are they doing? What are they contributing to? When I look at my GitHub, I'm a little disappointed that actually most of the contributions are just to my repos or just to comma's repos, right? The best people are contributing all over the place. Do we still have a lot of people? Cool, we do. All right. If there's one thing, I almost feel like this is the kind of thing that I could get banned for saying. But if there's one thing that I want all of you, I got a big audience right now, to take away, And it's this. Some people are better than other people. Now, with that said, how good of a person you are is not fixed. Every day you wake up and you take actions. And your actions are either making you a better person, keeping you the same, or making you a worse person. I guess this is turning into general, motivation bullshit. But there's almost, it's practically taboo to say this, that like, no, not everybody's the same. Some people are better than others, right? Now, you're not better to me, right? You're not better to other people. You're better to yourself. Generic motivation shit. Can't ban me for that, right? But yeah, I think that's a decent thing to kind of end the stream on. No, I'm not talking about, when I say better, I'm not talking about to me. I'm not talking about to the world. There certainly is objective skill out there. I'm talking about to you. And if you are really honest with yourself and you search deep down, you know. You know whether you're doing well or you know whether you're doing badly. It's only, only, you can kind of judge yourself, right? But you have to honestly judge yourself. Like, don't be a hypocrite. Don't judge. You have to kind of judge yourself based on the same standards you judge other people. Be better than me. Oh man, I love people who are better than me. Man, I'm so happy. I'm so happy when I meet people who know more things about things than I do. So happy. I'm reading the comments and I see a few people who should be banned, and I think you can all spot them. Right? I see 2 people right now who should be banned, and you can think about why they should be banned. Stay live until viewers dip under 1K. You spot them, good. Everyone knows them. Everyone sees you. Don't do it. Good, one of them identified themselves. Great. Don't let GitHub become LinkedIn for programmers. It kind of can't. GitHub can certainly take a worse turn, but fundamentally, as long as they have like repositories, as long as they have a place where actual work is being done. Let's push our stuff to Bridge, by the way. Would I employ someone with spotty GitHub history? Yeah. Yeah, it's not a disqualifier. Oh my god, wow. Yeah, you can do it in the past. You know what, to be honest, if somebody like did this and they did it as a joke, like, I'd respect that. But then if I found out somebody did this and they did this seriously to try to fool somebody, then fuck them. But if they did this as a joke because it's funny, yo, who wrote this? By the way, that's pretty good. This person's a good programmer. So you can tell. Look at them coding on the weekends. We definitely look at what the commits are. GitHub is MySpace for programmers. Well, so we're back to oh, it's not Goodhart. I'm gonna remember his name one of these times. Yeah. So if once a measure becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure. So I feel like I kind of screwed up by telling you about this, but clearly people are already very aware of it. So, you know. Like, I think doing it genuinely, if you just genuinely like resolved to, you know, commit some code every day and you wrote some real code, yeah, you'd probably become a better programmer. I think you would. Okay, this really turned into just talking. Oh, why do I do this? You know, why does it devolve into this? It devolves into this. All right. I'll rewatch this video and I'll understand how I end up derailed. This whole video was one big derailment by Twitch chat. You guys have a lot of power, you know? If it wasn't for Twitch chat, we would have actually done what was in the title of the video. It's my reaction to Twitch chat. It's our toxic interaction. We need to go to couples therapy. It was the moment we entered sub only. Yeah, well, but then we have to think about why we entered sub only. If you don't look at chat, you get work done. I know. With talking, I program the minds. Look, I don't care, man. It's just a way for me to think, right? I could never, if I had like rehearsed these before, I'd never do it. You know, I'm a product of my environment, right? So are you. Ooh, you have a PR on Bridge. What do we got? Beautiful markdown, okay. This is shitty looking markdown. Let's see what your markdown looks like. This looks shitty. Make it more beautiful. To be fair, maybe it's better than what I had, but only marginally. Those aren't real comments, you know? Last toxic talk. Wow, and you know it's toxic? Sorry, get out. Self-awareness is not an excuse. Yeah. How does one solve this? Is it about molding humans through technology, platform issue only, or is it not enough? Humans will still fuck it up in some way. Maybe. I'll leave you guys with this. Nakamoto consensus algorithm. Greatest contribution to computer science in the millennium. One day, we're going to figure out how to build these systems real. It's the same kind of problems. Trustless consensus. People actually solve this. I think they solve a lot of these problems. You guys are getting it. Like, you guys can know, you know, there are definitely good and bad people. There's also good and bad structure. Right? I'm not saying people are forever bad, but like, you have to, you know, sorry, not all people have equal worth. Like, do these things have to be said today? These are the kind of things that they'll practically like ban you for saying. But it's true, and everybody knows it. The emperor has no clothes. Luan Payne gifting subs. Thank you. Good and bad are subjective. I don't think they are. I think there's some amount of subjectivity. I think it's like attractiveness. Luan Payne, for gifting subs, you of course get to ask a question. Maybe we need a class system with more transparent rules. I like that. I like that. You know, one of the things I said at comma early on about office politics was that, you know, some companies like Google will try to claim that they have no politics. Comma has politics. They're all mine and don't violate them. This actually works pretty well, right? Because, you know, I'm not... Benevolent dictator is the best as long as you can keep a dictator benevolent. And am I benevolent? I feel like I do my best. I guess you can judge my benevolence based on my allegiance to the mission, right? And then if you don't agree with the mission, comma's not for you in the first place. You know, the mission is to solve self-driving cars while delivering shippable intermediaries, and there will be no politics, except mine. Right? But you can't have there will be no politics, because if you have no politics, you know, benevolent dictators are blinded by the ability to see with their own eyes. I know. No, look, I definitely suffer from this. I have some limitations as a person. I mean, I try to work on them. I try to get better. I wish I could be better. I want to be better. 9 ways to be a better person and be happy. One of the sequences was about this. Yukowski had some Japanese phrase that means I want to be better. This talk just reminds me of unqualified reservations. Yeah, I definitely read it. It's a pretty big influence. I don't know, but then I don't really agree with where it's sad to me that, you know, neo-reaction got like associated with the like alt-right kind of people. You know, I think there really are a lot of great ideas there, and I think that, you know, don't present them as conservative. They're not conservative ideas. I think they're progressive ideas. I think they're the ideas that will lead to progress for humanity. We're not trying to go back to, you know, it loses me when people talk about going back to medieval, feudal, fiefdom kind of shit, you know? Like, that's not better. That world sucked. Right? Or you'll hear neo-reaction arguments where it's like, there was no crime in Victorian England. Yeah, there's no crime in Glen Rock, New Jersey either, right? Like there's places today where there's no crime, you know? Yeah, no, I think Mulbug has, and I hope so. I mean, you just don't. Yeah. Don't like. If the people talking about it are really very angry, it's not good. It's not good politics. All right, we're going to need, should I start praying? Maybe I'll start praying for Caesar. I don't want to be the guy who decides who gets banned and who doesn't. I want Caesar to do it. And I want Caesar to, I will know Caesar by him knowing things and oh yes, I want to become stronger. Yes, thank you. I was at a dinner once with some, let's say, tech people, right? Let's say conservative tech people. And the phrase that I kept having in my head was positive vision for the future. I want a positive vision for the future. I think Elon's the closest we have. If Elon decided that, well, let's see, maybe that's his plan, right? Am I tipping off the feds to Elon's plan? Get enough. So you can kind of do it by. You guys should subscribe to Grey Mirror if you don't. Curtis kind of talks about this a little. I disagree with this idea of an orbital stack, but you could certainly do it as a quick power grab, right? If you can get mass into space, right? Like mass in space is a great weapon, right? If I have a ton in space and it has a little engine on it and I can orbit it, I can decide exactly where I want it to smack into the Earth, right? So you can hold the planet hostage and take over. Caesar was beneath God. Well, yeah. Hey, you know what? I won't be closed-minded. I'll hold out hope for Jesus, for the second coming of Jesus too, like a legit second coming of Jesus, right? Not some like wacko who calls himself the second coming of Jesus, but I mean like who's actually going to do it. Jesus, Caesar, someone from history, please come. Please God, if you're out there. I'm serious. Please God, if you're out there. Humanity is falling into a hole, and we have so much potential. I pray that you send someone who can save us. We need it now more than ever. We need it before we fall to the cancer of the machines. We need it before we destroy ourselves in a stupid war. We need it before we create horrific institutions like world government. Please God, hear my prayer. Amen. I don't know. I'm not very good at praying. George, you're here. No worries. Thank you. Who's the one? The one. Jesus. Caesar. Neo. Satoshi. Yeah. I don't know, but I never really prayed before because I'm not too much of a believer. The first of food wins and mass extinction is pushed, and God. GC. No, it's not. I don't like it. Won't look like me, right? you know, I'm not. I just think about it. I think about it because I think like, okay, what's wrong with me, and like what? It's not that I like lack knowledge. Like I don't expect this person to have clearly more knowledge about things than I do. But they will sort of have a seriousness that I don't. Right? When they speak, there'll sort of be a gravity with which they speak. I'm a troll. Right? I always have been and always will be. You know, I'm here to fight with the right story. I will join your army. I worry that one day it'll be too late. Here's an analogy that I give a lot. I've probably given it on streams before. You can think of society as a bowling ball rolling down a hill. And at the top of the hill, the bowling ball isn't going fast. So if you brush up against it with a stick or even just breathe on it, the bowling ball will change course slightly. But as the bowling ball picks up speed, it becomes harder and harder to change its course. And you can see the tree and you can see that you're heading for it, but you know, it may be no amount of breathing or stick poking is going to change it. You know, I pray Caesar comes to give it a swift kick with his boot out of the path of the tree. To give some concreteness to this analogy, what I mean by the tree is the singularity. Right? What I mean by the singularity is the day when there is nothing that humans can do that machines can't do better. This day is coming. It's just a matter of time. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that if we structure things correctly. But if we structure things to be optimization based and hyper competitive, well, you know, do you really want to live on the machine's UBI? Is that really what you want for your life? Right? Maybe if the machines are benign, that's what they'll give us. You know, UBI and better birth control, right? You can do that. But I don't want that. That's not what I want for the future of humanity. Humor is the only story that makes sense when no others do. I've heard things like this before. The old guards. What other option is there? Well, start over on Mars. You can't start over on Mars. What I would do if I actually built, I probably said this one before, what I would do if I actually built a recursively self-improving, super intelligent AI, and I had it like sitting over there. What I would try to have it do is build me a ship and accelerate that ship to as close as I can possibly get to light speed and get the fuck out of here, right? At least I'd have some time to think. You know, Mars, if you guys are thinking about Mars, I have a bunch of land out in San Diego, and it doesn't have any power or water or sewer systems or shelter, but it has air. And already there, it's not really somewhere I want to live. You know, I live in my beautiful little slice of the cloud here. I gotta spend more time reading. No, there has to be. Space is such a modernist narrative, right? What is our future as information? God, and this stuff's hard to think about because, like, it's like bike shedding. This is the problem with the jailbreaking the simulation talk. That got some of my lowest brow audience members ever. You know, hey guys, we're talking about good and bad. I you know, why do I fall for this shit? There's 1,200 people in here. You guys are a lower quality audience than the audience that sits around to see me grind out Solidity. No offense, audience, but it's true. Yeah. We'll have to clean up space to get out. I'm not sure about that. I think it's less bad than we think. I don't know. You see, nothing's really that bad. Everything's kind of nice. Haven't you guys seen the economy? Remember that time we had a pandemic? Economy doesn't remember. Oh, economy remembers. Oh, there was a little dip. Oh, there was a little dip, but then the economy keeps right on economying and things keep going up. Prevent the dip by providing massive liquidity injections. So I don't know. Everything's pretty good. There was a sale. Yeah, everything was on sale for a little bit. The stock market had a sale. We're living in the most interesting times in history. Enjoy and spread love. I like you. You're a good commenter, and we'll leave it on that note. We are living in the most interesting times in history. Enjoy and spread love. Good afternoon, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your day.